teaching, there's a couple of, I think, really sweet pointers that could be helpful. And one of them is that we tend to divide and separate our experience into positive and negative. We tend to be much more willing to experience and even talk about and share our quote unquote positive emotions when we feel joyful or loving, or we're having a good time, we're feeling celebratory about life. But we may have more of a tendency to relegate and push away and do our best to get away from unpleasant or negative feelings like sadness or anxiety. But the premise of the particular philosophy that I'm teaching out of is actually that a negative emotion has something to show you, has something to say. And even if it's something like anger or frustration, that emotion is trying to get your attention and is actually asking for some response. So we're really in this movement of practice, opening fully to what's here, to what we may not be able to meet in the day because it's uncomfortable or there's not the time to be with it. Maybe we're feeling frustrated and angry, but we know it's not wise to just spill that over the person and project it out. But now this is your opportunity to be with it, because they're the two extremes. We either rah and put it out into the world, or we go, oh, no, thank you, and we stuff it down inside ourselves. So there's a sweetness to this, which I'm inviting you into, which is a kind of a falling in love with whatever's happening. Or we might say it another way. If one of my young children are upset, most of the time, not all of the time, but most of the time, I do my best to tend to that in some way and listen to it, particularly if it's a repeated message coming round and around and around. And I would sit down with that child and I'd say to them, what's going on? What do you want? What's happening? What can we do to make this okay for you? And this is really what we're learning to do for ourselves, because most of us are in many ways still small children inside, even though you may look like a grown-up to the outside world, or at least we have these small aspects that may need our loving attention and our kindness.